So let us now learn how to make a navigational view in Java. So basically again the best way is to create an activity which is a navigation drawer activity, and it will be something like this predefined for you. But if you are doing it on your own, you may have to implement a navigation view dot on navigation item selected register. Then in on your on page view, you have to get your toolbar and set support action for that toolbar. Now this floating action button fab is basically the button that you usually see, something like this coming out of there. And then you also have a snack bar which is used to make some kind of text pop out from the bottom. You can see example of this in the Inbox app by Google, and just commonly used there. Then you have to get a layout drawer, that's the drawer layout from your activity. Then an action bar drawer toggle. You have to create a new one here. First passing the context, second is the drawer you just got, third is the toolbar, from here you set it, and then the fourth is open navigation drawer and close navigation drawer, strings of them. Then you have to also assert drawer not equal to none. Now this is not included in the Google predefined code, but it is necessary to avoid any bugs or anything later. Similarly, drawer that set drawer listener toggle you have to maintain, and this basically this toggle is the action bar drawer toggle, and toggle.sync state you have to done to start the toggle functioning. Then you have to get a reference to the navigation view and set navigation item selected listener this. Now this will actually search for a on navigation item selected method which will pass the menu item. Then you can get the ID by passing item.get item ID, and then you can compare it to the navigation structure you have just created. So here is the navigation structure you have just created, and then you can pass a recycler view, a fab, and a toolbar all defined here. So basically when you will create it via the Android pre-programmed methods, you will find many such things. First of all, the main content, that is set activity cards and navigation, is somewhat like this. It is not directly a content, it will include an app of layout bars and navigation and contain a navigation view also. So in this navigation, this is a basic navigation view, and then there will be an include. An include is commonly used as a layout element to include other type of layout files. In that second type of layout file, you may find an app bar layout with a fab and another include, this toolbar with many items. And then finally in this file there will be another include which will redirect you to the actual content cards and navigation. So here you go, the actual content that will be displayed in your activity. So this has to be embedded in one and another. So then here you check whether ID is matching. So if it ID is equal to r.id.nav camera as there in the default Android template, then you can handle the camera action and you can check for the other layouts. Then if you click any of them, it is necessary to close the drawer, and then it is recommended that when you click any of these icons, you do not navigate the user to another activity for which the navigation drawer is meant. Instead, you should update your UI of the activity either by using FreshBeans or the activity itself to form a new type of layout that represents the change by clicking the navigation drawer item. Then you close the drawer by the following command, and then you have to return true. Then also there should be an overridden method, and also a method called on options item selected which takes a menu item as a parameter. It has to override, and then it has to return true if user clicks, for example, action settings from the toolbar that appears on the front of the app. Then you have to also return super.on item selected item. Then there's an on create options menu. Then you have to inflate your cards and navigation layout here, which will give the navigation layout view. And it is basically used to specify a menu. When you click a menu, you just inflate the menu item, which will overlap your existing UI. Then you have on back press that will define what will happen if the user press the back button at the bottom of the device. So here you have to get a reference to the drawer layout, and then if it is open, you will call it to close, or else if it is already closed, and you can call a super dot on press, which will execute the function if this function would have not been defined. So this is all how you define a navigation view. You can also customize the navigation view according to your own whims and fancies. And then this recycler view you can define and process accordingly. So here there is also a activity cards in navigation drawer.xml, which defines all the things that are available in your navigation drawer. So this is the basically menu that will appear in navigation drawer with different items in a group, and you can also suggest a title for each item, and then you can also listen for clicking on of these items here on navigation item selected. You can get the ID and you can compare the IDs with the different type of items that you have as you do it in the normal regular layouts. So this was about adding navigation view to your Android activity.